Greetings, everyone. I'm Magnus. I am editor-in-chief here and on the Danish branch of Gamereactor. And last year, I called Uncharted 4: A Thief's End the best game I've ever played. I gave the game a 10, perfect 10 out of 10, and it is I've never been as sure of myself as I did. At that point, actually, I thought that the Uncharted series will actually end. Now, I knew at that point that there would be single-player DLC, some kind of expansion to the narrative, but at that point, we didn't know that it would end up becoming this standalone new chapter in the series that Uncharted Lost Legacy have become. Now the game's out, and it's become pretty clear that Naughty Dog not only completely blew the ambitions and proportions of the game out of the water, they're also pretty sure that they want to continue on with the series, and maybe even Chloe and Nadine, the two main protagonists of Uncharted Lost Legacy, will serve as protagonists once more. In order to find out how this game could even possibly come after Uncharted 4 and still deliver properly, I've decided to sit down today to take a look at the first 2 hours of the main story campaign. Now, if you're tuning in here for multiplayer or even survival mode, that's not what we're going to do today. Today we're going to look at the story to see how it can follow in the footsteps of its bigger brother, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. I didn't review this game. I gave this game to one of my freelancers because I felt like I'd had my say on the Uncharted series. Calling a game the best game you've ever played, after all, is a pretty strong statement, especially if you're an editor-in-chief of a gaming magazine. But let's see what I feel when I've played the first 2 hours. I should also stress here at the top of the hour that we are live in the chat, and I will be monitoring throughout these 2 hours. We are both live on Twitch at twitch/Gamereactor, and also on our own chat, gamereactor.dk or .eu or whatever European country or country in the world you hail from, /live. So you'll be able to talk to me then, and maybe we can communicate. Maybe you have something cool to say about Uncharted Lost Legacy, or anything in particular that comes to mind. So without further ado, I think it is time that we jump straight into the game. This is completely from the offset, the first minute of the game, and 2 hours forward. So let's see how it looks and feels. I'm gonna put on my headphones here and start up a story mode. New game. Let's just go with moderate. I don't want any of the lock-ons. That's all good. Alright. Must admit, I've had my trepidations about this going forward, because it just seems like it's too small to be a chapter on its own, and too big to be considered like DLC or sort of exist in the same sphere as Uncharted 4, of which it clearly takes all of its mechanics and structures. So I'm curious to see if it can in the time it takes to complete it, whether it can carve out an identity of its own, or whether it relies a little bit too heavily on the stuff that Uncharted 4 did. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to start by shutting up right here, so you can get the intro right. That is, after all, one of the most important things.
That's when it's my birthday. It makes sure
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna very, very quickly get some subtitles on here. I usually love to have. Depends on whether this is actually here, though. Huh. Oh, there we are. Good. I'll continue
doing good.
Does it now?
Have price if you like too.
Wow. You again? Is this your store?
No, my father's.
How much?
800 rupees, please.
800 rupees.
Okay for you, 550.
Incredible. So, does your father usually leave you here alone?
No, he's away fighting the devils.
The Indian army called him up, did they?
No, he volunteered.
Really? Well, if it was my choice, I wouldn't leave you here alone. All right. That's 300.
Better deal. 400 rupees plus Ganesh.
You don't want this. It's broken. See?
You don't know the story? Ganesh fought Parashuram while standing guard at his father's door.
Yes, to defend the honor of his father, Shiva, and got his tusk hacked off for his troubles.
Interesting.
Anyway, it's not for sale. Right on time. Okay, look. 600 rupees. You can keep the change.
Hey, wait! Hey, you need the guy.
Oh? And what'll that cost me?
Alright, we're transitioning into gameplay here. Very straight, sort of Uncharted-like moment. A completely filled market brimming with life and conversation and civilians. It's very classic Naughty Dog. This is one of the new things, actually, is, I think, which serves as a kind of collectible within the game, that you can take these photo ops of landscapes and stuff, then I can check out my phone and I can see the picture that I've taken, which is pretty funny. I guess it's a way to make the collectibles mean a little bit more, which is something that Naughty Dog isn't always very good at, because these treasures you find, they don't always mean anything particular other than that it's a valuable object.
Don't get me wrong. Decent technique on the lift. But I'd like my Ganesh back. Please.
Oh, Chloe. Come on. And this is a way that we're demonstrating the other kind of collectible, the, like, straight-up treasures, which I can inspect closer, and, you know, all the stuff that's very classic Uncharted. So far, like, that just as an opening sequence doesn't quite have the same narrative feel. Okay, I'm going into the truck right there, so
People aren't allowed
there's
to
the same, like, very delicate tempo
Listen, kid.
that there was in Uncharted 4, but we'll see.
You need to make yourself scarce.
I have a spare bed in the store. 300 rupees. Best deal in all of India.
Okay, no thanks. I need to get on this truck.
Bad idea. The rebels, they hurt people.
Listen. I need to help my friend, okay? Tell you what. When I get back, pizza's on me. Deal?
Deal.
Okay.
The facial animations, they look pretty enough. It's not that. It's just kind of, you know, feel like Uncharted 4's are prettier. But then again, you know, it's a standalone chapter, but I think it's important to remember that it is an expansion DLC. It is, regardless of how ambitious it may have become. But it does, you know, still, it shares the same graphics engine. It's still a very pretty game, obviously. Weird intro. doesn't really establish anything. Now, I can already remember this scene, and I think most of you can, just from...
Those poor bastards.
Because, if I remember correctly, yeah, I do. She was wearing a scarf in the reveal, but otherwise this is...
That's it. Better than nothing.
This is the PSX reveal.
Here we go.
Okay, first chapter, the Insurgency.
Active war zone. Nothing
So-
you can't handle.
Okay. We're finding the red door. See, this looks very pretty. It has that classic Naughty Dog feel where you can just sense that everything was placed by hand.
Why are they still
That
here?
it has a sort of
out while you
an
can.
analog feel.
Move, let's go.
Right. There's clearly some issue here with rebels.
Now!
I've done nothing wrong!
Damn spies. What? No. Shut up! He's lying. Get in the truck. Get out of here.
Oh crap, there's a checkpoint up
I
here.
said get in the truck, now!
Guess I don't have a choice.
Hey, hold on.
Ooh!
What's your rush?
Oh no.
How do I know you're not smuggling something in here? Arms up.
Hey.
Dangerous to be out so late.
Hey. Where do you live?
Hello, Mr.
Morning,
Steel
Jeff.
Rose over on Twitch. You're not playing as an
Answer
Indian
him.
woman. This is Chloe,
said where do you
which
live?
says I'm pretty sure that she is Australian.
middle of something.
Otherwise, she is a Brit.
Yes, sir.
She's been sort of a main staple of the
Understood.
series. Worked together with Nathan Drake and
You, with
Sully
me.
and
Mandaka.
the other
Sir,
main characters
what
of the
about her?
series.
Yes,
But we
that
are
is-
in India right now,
You heard him.
where there
Keep
is an
going.
insurgency. The government is fighting a rebel, like a rebel army, which is stretching
Lucky for them,
out to
I
every
thought
corner of the
somebody-
country, who has slipped into something akin to civil war. So, of course, being set in India, there's a lot of... It's a huge exploration of that kind of culture.
Red door. Check.
And politics and moral and ethics that stem from that part of the world. So I can't... Oh, I thought it was a hole in the fence. I think we're gonna have to go around, because we need to get to the red door. Let's take it slow here. We don't want them to see that we're panicking, because if we do that, then those soldiers will be over us ASAP. Okay. Following the light. Let's go through here. Mr. Steel Rose asks whether the game has PlayStation 4 Pro support. This has PlayStation 4 PlayStation 4 Pro support, but we're actually playing it on a PlayStation 4 Pro right now. So I would not call this 60 frames per second. I'm pretty sure that it's simply like, you know, dynamic checkerboarding 4K, I would assume, with some heavier effects, but no, I don't think this is okay, let's take this guy out. Okay, let's go. Let's take out the other guy. Down he goes.
And that's that.
Good.
Come along, friend.
Oh, I accidentally. That's not what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Console, Warlord Max console peasants. Yeah, well. In this case, we just have to deal.
I need sleep.
Okay, let's quickly get out of this.
No,
Oh, lockpicking minigame. We don't have enough of those.
almost. There's a couple more in the alley.
Okay.
So it's basically about feeling
Can't wait.
in the...
Great timing.
As ours is 1 week.
Another week in this shithole.
Okay, there we go. Mr. Steel Rose asks whether this is a PS4 exclusive. It is. It is developed by Naughty Dog, a Sony-owned studio, and published by Sony, so this is very much a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Now, you don't need Uncharted 4. It became, in the same vein that Last of Us Left Behind did, it became standalone. So you can purchase this. I'm pretty sure that it's $40. So a bit cheaper. You get this entire campaign, but you also, funny enough, you get Uncharted 4's multiplayer suite, like the entirety of the multiplayer suite, as well as a new survivor mode. So actually, it's almost like an alternative to Uncharted 4 now. At least it offers the same breadth of content as Uncharted 4 did, with a single-player campaign that's, slightly shorter than Uncharted 4, but a full-fledged single-player campaign and multiplayer, and then a third, like, survival mode. So, a lot of content coming up, so that's good.
Sir says he needs more time to prepare.
Okay, so I'm in here in a classic sort of stealth scenario.
Been here for weeks. When do we move on?
Not until we've picked this place clean.
I managed to sneak up.
Safe.
Hey Magnus, I'm so jealous that you're playing this. Oh, thank you, Saifia. You'll be able to play tomorrow, though, so... is she the only playable character? Yes, she is. We are sort of partnering up with Nadine, which is another character that made her debut actually as an antagonist in Uncharted 4, but is now sort of your co-partner. You only play as Chloe, but you have Nadine with you on this ride. By the way, look at this vista right here. This looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I can see where I'm supposed to go. So, we're meeting up with our contact over here on the roof. The other roof of the other building. We're not quite sure what the mission is yet.
Pink Lotus. Not what I was picturing.
Oh, Mr. Cho said this does not look like 60 FPS. I think it's rock stable 30 FPS. Yes, I'm pretty sure that is the case as well. Now, Uncharted 4, of course, wasn't 60 FPS, but they're usually pretty good at... Oh, so, I was completely in the, And there's Nadine. There she is.
You're late, Fraser. Nice to see you too.
Okay, let's fight these bad guys. And there we are. We took them down. He could be playing in 60 FPS and streaming in 30. No. This is not here on the source here. It's not 60 frames. I don't think it even... But, like, if you want, we can check out what sort of tutorials in PC marketing, photo mode. I don't even think that it's one of those, like, Hellblade, for instance, offers you the ability to go 60 with lower, like, effects levels, or go high on the effects, but 30 FPS. So, but I don't even think we have... Like, there's a motion blur intensity thing, but... At least here on the source, it's not 60 frames.
It's just another warmonger with no water fight.
No, you don't know him like I do. He changes location and routines by the hour. We'd be foolish to take unnecessary risks.
Let's get one thing straight. This is my gig. You want your share? We play by my rules.
Okay, we are clearly going to steal something from the rebel leader, Asov, which apparently is currently seated very close to where we are right now. So we're in an active war zone, which is bad. But pretty close to what we're hunting, which is good. So,
psychopaths.
Nobody's perfect. Where's base camp?
Top floor, balcony.
Let's see what we can do here.
All right.
Okay. So a positive on Asov. Let's see whether or not we can
Had a street
get to
route
him.
all planned out. But they'll be looking
Chapter
for us.
2, Infiltration.
What do you suggest?
I'll think of something.
Ah, okay. Obviously.
Come on.
Slightly
Maybe a
off
booster.
topic. Are those SteelSeries headphones? These are, I think, yeah, they are. They are. Like, we got a bunch of, like, various ones on the office. So actually, the truth is that I just grabbed the ones that had a long enough cord. We're playing on, like, a huge Philips 65-inch flat screen TV, and I have to plug these in at the side of the TV. So I just grabbed something with the long cord. But we do use these also in our PC-centric live streams, our 4-player setup. So, but yeah, they are.
That wasn't so bad.
Alright, so it seems classic Uncharted sort of urban platforming is afoot. So, which means go after whatever is shining.
Up here. Really? Really?
So let's do that. What happened to the guy in the first 3 games? Is he in the game somewhere? No, actually, it's good. It's good that you asked. Nathan Drake, which used to be like the main protagonist and sort of focal point of the Uncharted series, his story is over. His story ended with Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, and now it seems that the series could potentially go on with a new protagonist. It might be Chloe. They don't know yet. Shikaro says 6 says hello. Hello.
Yeah, we're taking.
And yeah, as you said, Nathan Drake's story is over. Let's continue here. Oh! Very classic, this. It is nice. It's nice. I don't mind it being classic. Okay. Okay, here is something that I also introduced in Uncharted 4.
No, I got it.
Cobra 1 to Cobra 5, over. Received, Cobra.
Oi! Which is like tall grass made for...
Shit.
He can't see me right there. I can see him. And down he goes.
Well, where to now?
Up.
Oh. I'll take that.
Okay.
So do you remember, if you've played Uncharted 4, by the way, you'll love that there are boxes coming back. You know those boxes? That guy needs some glasses. Yeah, I agree. He's a really bad sort of security watch guard. If you can't see him, that yeah, I agree. He did a really poor job there. I think we can all agree. Okay. Until like just going off this right now, it's absolutely beautiful to behold. This is also very reminiscent of Uncharted 2, I feel like, in that urban area that you were moving.
Well, she certainly lives up to her reputation.
And look here! It's another box! What a thunk. Okay. I presume that that is going down here.
Here we go.
Oh shit! It's a funny twist. Okay, let's get down there with her. Oh!
Sorry about that.
How about we avoid crates from now on?
Okay, good deal.
That's actually quite funny. It seems like that they actually knew that people were a bit tired of crates in Uncharted 4, and if it doesn't come back now, that's really cool. Okay, let's see whether or not we can't get the jump. Look at also just that's the best thing about Naughty Dog is that they just know how to set a scene.
Yeah.
Look at how beautiful this is. And also, yeah, as I was mentioning before, like that analog sort of design, that it feels like everything was, you know, placed by hand. It's very purposeful in that regard. Okay, let's watch our backs here, because you do know that in Uncharted, when they're crouching down, that means that's like a spider sense. I almost fell down there. Okay, we have an enemy up here who's about to take a fall. Bite.
It's just above us.
See, that wasn't
Okay,
so
so
bad. It wasn't.
oi. Asav's apartment or sort of base camp is right above us. So let's get in and steal whatever.
This will just take a moment. There's one.
Okay, Nadine.
Oh, that works.
Let's find that disc.
Okay, so we're looking for a disc.
Thank you very much. Watch our backs, yeah?
Yeah. Christ. It's like walking through an antique shop.
He's been a busy boy.
How
Look
much
at
you think
this.
it's worth?
Like,
Enough to keep his little insurrection.
despite the
going for
fact
quite
that we're
some
in an active war zone, this is a pretty cool apartment.
time. No one will miss this.
And I just found a little treasure, which is cool. Some cool art here. Okay, we're looking for a disc, so let's continue our efforts. I'm pretty sure this is not a safe place to be. Look it out there, man. That's a PlayStation Network wallpaper right there. Right. Let's find what we came here to see. There's a box there. But no. A little note.
Fraser,
Ah,
come here.
That looks promising.
It's locked.
Not for long.
oh, just gotta fix this real quick. So. Yeah, I think also, Cypher, that the graphics here are pretty nice.
What was that, Mel?
Western Ghats, Hoysala territory.
Alright, let's see here.
No, it's all right. Nothing we didn't already know.
Shit. Oh, missed it.
It's a pretty weird lock-kicking game here. It sort of resets if you don't hit the spot. But I guess it's okay, like... Okay, let's see whether or not we find something that is worthy of admission here.
Time to go.
Nadine Ross.
There's Asav.
What a pleasant surprise. Careful, brothers. This tiger's got claws.
So,
Oh, all these years. And you haven't aged a day.
you're too kind.
you looking
Superwoman
for?
says, "Oh man, I really want this game."
I
I
hear
can
that
understand
Shoreline's
why.
under new management.
Temporary setback. Nothing I can't handle.
Of course, of course. Pidgey, though. My men and I could use someone of your caliber. Why are you here? I mean, this isn't your area of expertise.
It is a nice collection, I must say. Chloe Fraser, collector of antiquities.
A thief? You're working for a thief.
Sir, we have a situation.
What?
I'll be right there. The disc.
Oh, right. About that. At first, I mistook you for just an average rebel.
Oh.
But you have managed to find the Hoysala Empire. That's not bad. Their greatest treasure, the Tusk of Ganesh. Now that's not an easy find.
What are you doing?
3 Persian invasions, 3 separate wars, and all these years later, no one has found it.
We're close.
You're lost. And the only chance you have of even narrowing down its location is to find someone who can help you crack this artifact.
Someone with an extensive knowledge of Hoysala society.
Exactly.
An expert in their culture and history.
My rates are reasonable.
A parasite who exploits our struggle in order to fatten her pockets.
So that's a no. Felt like a no.
You've got balls. I like that. But I don't need any more so-called experts. Shoot them. Throw their bodies in the river.
All right,
need
so
to
as
sort
our
ourselves out.
directly.
After them!
Okay, seems like we're going into the rain.
Come on! We need to get across the river!
All right, let's run for it.
Okay. It's this way!
All right, let's see whether I can find the right way. And by the way, Shikoyo, as with all Uncharted games, the trophies are pretty
In
stupid.
here! Quick!
Holy shit!
What the hell was that back there?
Messy but effective.
You were going to sell me out, weren't
And
you?
no, I'm really
called
not going to
improvisation.
platinum game. I love Uncharted 4 so
What the
much,
hell is
but
that supposed to
like,
mean? It means you
I
let
wouldn't
us
love
off
it
at
as
the
much if
jump
I
on
had
us.
to
I'm starting to
play it
wonder
through
whether you're
4 or
worth
5
50%.
times.
I knew it. You were going to give me up. Guess a limpet can't change his spots.
You know nothing about me.
Fair warning. Last person who betrayed me wound up dead. There's your river.
Yeah? And your guy better be there.
Shit!
But it's like, it's not only crushing mode, a crushing mode playthrough. I've done that loads of times, like playing through games again for like a hard mode completion trophy, but it's like, you know, completing it in a certain amount of time, completing it with the headshots. There's a bunch of those stupid ones, which, like, at least I don't want to do this.
Watch out!
Set it
Oh,
down.
for the love of God!
What's really lovely is that it has like a really dynamic fighting system, which is pretty neat. I feel it very much like hinges on your sort of you dynamically working together with Nadine, which is really neat. Whoa! Oi! Concentrate a bit here.
Don't stop! Keep moving!
Let's go, Chloe. Let's go.
Follow me. River's just below. Lower down the lights.
Holy shit. Mambalo asks whether I'm Norwegian. No, I'm actually Danish. We here at Gamereactor have a bunch of European editorial sites. One of them is Norwegian. My dear colleague Tor and Eirik are heading up some of the Norwegian staff. I myself am Danish. I'm sitting here at central office in Denmark where we're doing video and live streams and all that sort of thing. I rarely do them because I have to do like all the normal tasks that comes with being editor-in-chief.
Let's say we can use all the luck we can
but
get.
usually I get drawn in or forced. That's also
if Asav's not in the Gets already, he'll be right on our heels.
A scenario.
Plus, he's got weapons, transports, hundreds of men.
Like I said, don't worry.
Looks like some kind of key.
Maybe. Let's see. Okay. The trident was Ganesh's weapon. The bow and arrow was Parashurama's. And the axe was a gift from Shiva. The great battle.
Ronan, they kindly force you, man. Yeah, kindly. It's fine.
Lost his task. I bet.
This is not the. This is Uncharted Lost Legacy. This is not the worst part. I'm gonna ask how far into the game I am. Well, approximately 30 minutes.
You thank my
Not that long.
dad for that Hindu myth.
We'll show you, I think, in total the first 2 hours or so, and then I'm gonna go home.
Sun's almost up.
Leave it up to you.
I'll go get ready. Nice work.
Alright, so we're heading into the jungle with Asav hot at our tail. Apparently we are finding something I think called the Tusk of Ganesh. It is unclear right now how these two teamed up or why they did or why they're hunting this specific treasure. I guess we're being filled in on the backstory as we go, but right now we're heading into the jungle, and it seems now that we're heading into something akin to the Madagascar part of Uncharted 4, where, you know, you're driving in a vehicle and sort of exploring. Superwoman asks, do you like the game so far? Yeah, it's good. The thing about it is that, you know, they're obviously, I think, have the potential to be two great characters to set a game around that's like 10 hours long.
How weird.
It still doesn't have sort of the tempo-ish finesse of Uncharted 4. That game really takes its time. This sort of throws you right in, and I'm not quite sure whether or not this dynamic duo, for instance, is as good as Nathan and Sam or Nathan and Sully in Uncharted 4. But obviously this is Naughty Dog.
You don't like it.
They know what they're doing, so
yeah,
I like it.
100 kilometers with no sign of Asav.
Glass half full, maybe we got the jump on them.
Unlikely.
I'll find the tusk. Asav's on you.
Understood.
Alright, so Asav is pretty much guaranteed to be in the jungle alongside his troops. We're gonna start, I think, by
amazing landscape.
Taking an image right here. Alright, let's follow Nadine down. She's basically been given the task of taking care of Asav's forces, and we're being tasked with locating this treasure, the Tusk of Ganesh.
My tree bridge fell. Can you make it across? Working on it.
Scenery reminds me a bit of Jack and Daxter in some way. I suppose like the lush sort of jungle-like landscapes of it. Oh yeah, the good old mudslide is back. Love that stuff. Yeah, and I will look for treasures and... But without sort of ruining the general... Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and wall run this.
Still down there? Yep. Still here. Great. Just checking.
Some amazing
Yeah,
character
give me your
animation
hand.
still, like just from the climbing, with music and you know.
I'm good, actually.
Okay. Want me to drive?
Nope.
I don't mind.
I do. It's a control thing.
Sure.
Okay, let's head deeper into the jungle.
Let's just enjoy the serenity, shall we?
Got a dumb question.
So much for that.
How do you know the tusk is still there?
It would have turned up in a museum or something by now, right? Plus, I haven't seen any Hoysala exhibitions.
I've never even heard of the Hoysala before this job.
Yeah, well, that's the fault of their last king, really. Young, reckless.
I'm being asked, is there a multiplayer online game there as Uncharted 4? Yeah, it actually packs the exact same online suite as Uncharted 4, so you get the entirety of the online portion of the game with this. Oh, there's monkeys! Watching climbing looks like there's no gravity. I disagree, at least from how it feels like holding the controller. It feels very weighty and very real. I suppose realism is sort of like a far-fetched, very cliched concept in games these days, but it feels very good and very grounded. But I suppose it could potentially look different from what you guys have seen. I won't.
Refreshing.
So I just drove through a waterfall. Which
Oh,
is
where's the fun in that? So, quite nice to be outdoors, isn't it? Away from the city.
Quieter. You come back here often?
No.
Looks realistic enough to me. Yeah, well, at least, yeah, from where I'm sitting, I really like it, but, you know. Okay, let's try driving down here. I'm not quite sure.
Slow down. Oh,
Okay, reaching some ruins here.
Hoysala ruins.
Can we get through that gate?
Hoysala as well.
I'll check it out.
Okay, let's check out the door first to see what we're up against here.
The old capitals.
What have we got?
Halabadu and Balur.
I thought these were Ganesh and Shiva.
Someone's been paying attention. Ganesh was the guardian of Halabadu, the newer of the Hoysala capitals. Shiva was the guardian of the former capital, Balur.
Well, the stonework is beautiful. But this isn't much of a defensive wall.
Sculptor's quarters, by the look of it. We're still on the outskirts.
Didn't take you for an archaeologist.
That would be my dad, actually. I'm just a thief, remember? Hey, is the rental equipped with a winch?
Looks that way.
Great. I'll make short work of these gates.
What, you're just going to pull them down?
That's the plan, unless you brought dynamite.
This is your gig.
Take that as a no.
Alright, so another part of Uncharted 4 that seems to be back is the winch. Let's put this good old winch to use.
Right. That should do the trick.
Fraser, move! It's an ambush!
Shit!
Take cover!
Thanks for the heads up.
Okay. One thing that seems to be really cool is that Nadine is not like a useless partner. She does stuff. She just took down 2 of the guys from at least the 5 of them that we were fighting. But it also seems like Assault really is here. So
You were about to pull down an
oh,
Yeah, I was.
were you counting? Fighting looks clunky as fuck. Oh well. You mean...
Give me a second.
Physically or with shooting? Oh, I suppose actually we're supposed to bring the vehicle here. Alright, let's do that. Shooting wise, well, no. Feels pretty good. It's like, you know, it's a Uncharted, like I think it feels good shooting, but it's pretty standard fare. I mean,
You're awfully quiet.
clunky?
Surprised
No,
us all.
not clunky. But
Figured you'd be more of a leave no trace type when it comes to Indian runes.
game is probably on
Sentimentality in this
easy
line of
mode.
work?
No, well, I turned off all the assists, but I'm playing on moderate. So, if you want to call that easy, well, yeah. But there's no like snap-on aiming, which probably explains the.
What? They're just large flying rodents.
Actually, no, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
They're closer to primates and lemurs.
Okay, well, I'll look it up.
I remember this.
Go, 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 go!
So
There we go.
aim for the grass patches, and that makes quick work of that.
Wait,
Looks like you were shot more than anything. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Stop!
Okay.
Assault. Well spotted.
He's brought a whole battalion with him.
There is
Might have more
Asov.
inside already.
In true
Hey, I'm fine with
Uncharted
this taking
fashion,
this
we are heading into the jungle, vastly
Alright,
outgunned by
Have to take care
a
of these
large
junkers first.
military force.
You have a plan?
Seems like this is the, whatever, 5th time we're doing that. So let's dump the car.
Here goes nothing.
So let's mark the enemies. So let's see who we have here. There's at least who I can spot from down here. Let's see whether or not where we can knock on the front door. You love the typical, is it Lara Croft? Well, no. Sadly not. Or not sadly, I would say. Alright.
Heard one of them South African. Worked with the boss one.
Heard one of them South
Happened before my
African.
time.
Yeah, I think that's Nadine.
Talks about her.
There's actually 2 Laras. Yeah.
Blame
I
her.
suppose you could potentially call it that, yeah.
They say she's a formidable
Let's
fighter.
wait a little bit.
Won't need it to
Oh,
kill us.
there's one more of
Bitch
them
gets near
up
me, I'll
there.
put her down for sure.
Okay, I can at least grab him as he comes into the tall grass. You can see he's a very bad scout as well. Let's grab him. And let's very quickly jump up and get the jump on this sniper.
Like, down there.
And we got spotted. I suppose I better...
It's over!
Not one! Reinforcements inbound! Damn it!
taking fire here. For both sides, apparently.
Enough!
Good one!
Let's switch this up a bit.
Talk to me! Anything!
No, I don't see them!
We got them! Find the wall!
You're mine!
Okay, we're having... Where are we taking fire from? I'm still a bit hazy on some of the controls, but I'll get there. Seems like I'm once again unspotted and hidden away. Where did he go? Okay, we have one up there. Should be pretty simple to take this guy down, after all. Hello. Right.
Oh, I think that's it.
That's the way to do it. Not bad work.
Thank you for the assist. Let's get going.
Alright, so if they do, there won't be any battles. Same weapons as always. Wondering if all the bad guys have the same. I'm gonna take him down then, yeah. Man, I like your cam view. Alright. Okay, I think Nadine, yeah, Nadine is driving through the car. Look at this teamwork, man. After visiting jungles and temples in Cambodia, I have such a new appreciation for Uncharted. Oh, that's actually a pretty nice perspective to have in there, so... You find the depiction of these sort of areas to be accurate in Uncharted 4, and now this? That's nice. I'm pretty sure, am I supposed to... No, I think I'm supposed to climb this.
Careful.
Always. Right. Back to
Alright, cool.
I'm perfectly capable of driving, you know.
I'm sure you are, honey. I just prefer to.
Okay, let's push deeper into the jungle.
Wow.
Oh, look at this.
cover.
Like, very
True, but
Madagascar,
unlike your boy Assad, we've got
Uncharted
an
4
advantage.
style. We'll find another push to get weapons
Let's have a look
from,
at the
and
map.
new fights with new weapons, yeah.
Okay.
You've
let's
updated
see.
the map.
We are right about here.
So this is actually
back it up
pretty
a bit.
interesting. That is one of the new things that we have in Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, which is an attempt, at least, of creating a meaningful sort of open world.
Check out that tower.
So
get the lay of
we
the
have
land
this
from the
map,
top.
and we can sort of
Maybe.
head out freely. It's akin to any map you'd find in an open world game. I think one of the main criticisms here is there isn't that much to do in it, but we'll head around in it and see
Okay.
what's what for a
I'll
bit.
keep an eye out for Assad.
Perfect. Not that I'm too worried about him, though.
You should be. We won't have the advantage of surprise again. Don't think he was expecting much from you.
Wait, was that a compliment? That sounded like a compliment.
His guys are idiots.
Alright, let's head
They're
up the
soldiers.
waves here. I think we can push
We
through
just need to
here.
stay the hell away from him.
Well, Uncharted does have waterfalls a bit everywhere, but yeah, it's nice to know there's real temples out there for sure, yeah. Nax actually asked a
Never understood
prone
the
question
appeal
there.
of
Cell
something like
phones,
that.
yeah. Let's see what this
He finds
is.
men who are weak and
Cell
offers them
phone.
power. Gives them
Oh,
purpose.
it's simply so I can
Purpose.
navigate the pictures that I've
More like
taken directly
bullshit
from
to
the
me.
map menu. Something more. I don't think I can, call Nadine for a social call if
How'd you
we're
get tangled
apart.
up with Assad anyway? Purpose?
I'd rather not go into it. He's
certainly seem to have a thing for you.
Don't remind me. Proved useful at the time, but... yeah.
Do tell.
Rather not.
Maybe over drinks?
Not enough alcohol in the world.
Okay, let's see here. I'd rather have the map now, thank you. We're getting closer to the actual tower, which is right there. So I suppose for now, for the sake of the live stream, that we just push on and see how much we can get to in the remaining hour we have left
You're
of
the
the
military
stream.
expert.
What's Assad's strategy here?
He spread out his men, hoping to stop us in our treks. Not what I would do.
So what would you do if you were Assad?
Besides lose the beard, hang... Where are you going?
Want to climb it with me?
I really want to, but, someone should keep watch for Assad's forces.
Good call.
Amazed this thing is still standing.
Looks like an Xperia XZ. Well, it wouldn't... I wouldn't put it beyond Sony to put, like, blatantly put it in a Sony phone in a game they've published. It's not that weird.
Up and away.
Alright, let's see whether or not we can climb this tower. This is some good old-fashioned Uncharted style climbing, so that's pretty neat. Oh, yeah. Still feels really good. Like,
Easy does it.
nothing wrong about this view.
So far, so
neither.
good.
Oh, a little bit of frame rate drop out there as well. Let's try and go around. Yep. Alright. Hope we see some puzzles before the end of the stream. I hope so too. I hope this is has as many good puzzles as Uncharted 4 did. Oi! Good. Okay, once more. Onto the breach. Whoa!
Be careful up there!
Uh-huh.
Can I? Yeah, I can. Ooh! Alright. Seems like I can get in here. I can. Okay.
Here's our 3 symbols. Well, that took less time than I expected.
Right, so we have the symbols here.
Ganesh's trident. Let's see here. Aimed right at those Hoysala ruins. It's an old fortress, just beyond those waterfalls. Trident mark on the map for you.
Alright, so it seems like that the symbols we need, as depicted in the little book there, is the places we have to discover and visit.
Into the mountainside. I'll just mark that on the map with an axe.
And the last one, I think, was a bow.
Let's see what's behind the bow door.
Right.
And another old fortress, sitting smack dab in the middle of the lake bed. I'll jot a bow on the map in that spot.
Okay, so it seems like we have what we need currently, which is neat. So, now I just need to get down. I don't know why I would open this door. But...
Last one.
Oh, last one.
Huh. Wonder what that could be. For future reference.
Right. Well, what's clear right now is that there's a long way down, but there is a handle that has popped out here, which I can apparently use. Maybe this will help me get down. It will.
Whoa.
I was kind of dreading that I would have to climb, which I would really rather not. Okay, let's see what's up here. Okay. Let's get back to Nadine. that looks so cool when you were looking down. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it was actually, you know, I was just looking for whether or not I was supposed to climb down. But yeah, it was a pretty cool shot. Thank you.
Each one was pointing towards a different fortress.
All right.
Those will be the best places to look.
Let's try and look for...
All right.
Do that with VR.
And we were talking about...
We were talking about Asav.
Oh, right. Hang back. Let you do the heavy lifting, then swoop in and grab up the task once you've done all the hard work.
Devious.
Let's just check
Practical.
whether I'm... Yeah.
Mitigates a
I've
lot
picked
of
out the
risks.
Trident place,
Lucky you're on
so
my
let's
team.
see whether or not we can get the car.
Yep, you are. I'm a little surprised Assault's not doing the same thing. Maybe his expert knows more than we think.
Right.
So that's right up...
All the more reason to wrap this up quickly, then.
That's a military truck. I haven't spotted... any of his
Hey, hold on.
forces.
Damn it. The rebels took that site.
Right.
Well, here goes nothing.
Okay. See whether or not... Ah, I just missed marking him. Alright. There he is. We have another. Okay, let's sit right here and wait for him to swing by. Not sure whether we'll be spotted by that guy over there, but it's worth a shot. Bye. Ooh, we have a few extra.
What is that? Check it out. I'm on it.
Alright. We drew the attention of two guards, but I doubt they actually saw me.
Clear over here.
Alright, clear. That's great. So we're undiscovered for a little while yet. Okay, he's coming back here. Come on, you little devils. Come down into the grass, big boy. Let's have some fun.
Someone took him out. Watch
All right.
yourselves.
Spread out. Search the area.
Yeah, you search the area. You do that. Come on, turn around. There we go.
Hey! They are here! Damn it! They pick up!
You will pay for it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I kind of went flamboyant.
We're clear.
I couldn't help it.
Good.
There was a turret. Okay. Okay, let's try picking this, see what's inside. Okay. Ooh. I'm definitely going with this. Alright. One guy's gone. Of course, then it's clear that he's missing. Save ammo. Take the turret. Joel should do. Yeah, okay. So, what is this?
Don't recognize this. It's not one of the three symbols.
Not one of the
We
three
should stay
symbols.
focused.
Ever say no to a chance to make some extra cash? That wall looks fragile.
All right, let's see what we can find. It seems like this is something that this is almost like a off the beaten path kind of thing, where you can
some kind of Hoysala token.
This is more than just a treasure.
Find anything?
Just a token of some kind. Old Hoysala thingy.
Think we need it?
Need? Probably not. Want? Definitely. Hey, notice anything about this statue?
It's holding a trident. One of our 3 symbols.
Yes, and it's pointing at those ruins.
Right. Well done.
Glad I'm good for something.
And another photo. I'm rife right now with collectibles in all sorts of ways. So, yeah, going for the phone. Like an image taken, a little small token. Let's continue on. It seems like we were heading in the right direction before we ran into these fools. With the ruins over there in the middle of the lake. So, let's get back to that. I got a new weapon. And, this is fun. Like, it's the same sort of, you know, it stems from the same sort of, you know, it has the same feel as Uncharted 4, which is, you know, you might consider a given, but I don't, in this vein that Naughty Dog could have easily gone for something completely different. Left Behind was, I feel like, to The Last of Us. So, it's actually pretty cool, I feel like, that these are giving this grand adventure, you know, and driving here with the Jeep and having these 2 great characters sort of interacting just reminds me of how much I love this universe and how much I love the characters in it, and how Naughty Dog sort of does this kind of swashbuckling style adventure. You know, also that they did with, you know, Sully and Nathan, and now what they're doing with Chloe and Nadine. It's just marvelous to behold. A lot more exploring, which is kind of nice for Uncharted. It is actually, you know, already very heavy on exploring. You know, I had an interesting chat with a colleague earlier today, and he said, like, you know, that Uncharted, despite the fact that it is about exploring places and going to, you know, sort of having an archaeological interest in these forgotten gems of a forgotten world, that it's very corridor-like and very linear, and it is. So it is nice for this series to slightly branch out and provide something a bit more open. I still want my Uncharted game to be linear, but it's nice with a bit,
one of a soft trucks.
A bit more open.
Clear out here.
So I'm going to place the car here. Because it seems like
circular motif, like the disc. We're definitely
look at
in the
how
right place.
pretty. Would it be better if it was an open world? I don't think so. I don't think you should shove down an open world on every game. I love that there is, because what the linearity allows is something that has been designed with great tempo, with great characters, with great dialogue. I love that this has been arranged for me in a sort of great interactive movie. Of course you can allow freedom within that linearity, as I think Uncharted 4 does so brilliantly, and also this, but I don't want Uncharted to go open world. Neither did I want, I don't think The Last of Us would have been better because it was open, and probably would have been worse.
No telling how many men are in there. You ready?
Guess we'll find out.
Is the gate secured?
Okay, so we're in the... If it was too open, it will not be Uncharted, then it should be another franchise for them. Yeah, I agree, open world is in too many games for my taste. I miss the old days when almost every game was linear and only story-based. I agree. There are certainly a space in the business for great open world experiences, but like taking them for granted and shoving them down over everything is, I think, a misstep for the industry as a whole. I think games can offer it's so good at telling good stories when it gets it right. Interactivity can actually, I think, improve on storytelling, but it's so rare that developers take their time to put in proper stories. And I think having publishers telling them that they should do open worlds in every game that they do, like, further takes them away from that sort of holy grail. So I hope in time that more development studios are allowed to do these linear experiences. Early access? No, this is not early access. Well, early access in the sense that this is the review copy of the game. We did review the game when a couple of days ago. The review embargo's up, and now it's look at Final Fantasy 15 and the open world and weak story. Yeah, and the funny thing about Final Fantasy 15 is that it was very obvious what they actually did, though, should warrant some kind of respect, because what they did, which I think was really smart, the way you can get around that, the way the designers got around that particular hurdle was that they start very open and they end very linear, because then you make sure that the remaining 50% of the game gets the story right, gets the characters established properly. That's, I think, is a good part. But yeah, I think it was very clear from playing Final Fantasy 15 that it would have been so much sharper if it was just more narrow in its scope. It was so busy, you know, providing gamers with side quests and, you know, mini games and all of these things that took away from the strong sort of characters and world building and that kind of stuff, which took away from it a bit in my view. Oh, let's.
Got one down over here. Look around, people. All right, everyone spread out.
Okay, the body was discovered somehow, but I haven't been, so that was good. Let's see what's going on here. There's Nadine. But you know, like, again, I've only played this for so long. I don't really know yet whether this kind of open world ends up being really beneficial to the formula. It might be, you know. Certainly a game about, thank you, Thomas, a game about exploring, you know, beautiful places would, at least theoretically, benefit from having an open world. So, do you always play as Chloe? Is she the main character? Says iPhoenix TVI. Yeah, she is the main character. Nadine is in the same vein, like, you know, a Sully-based character. So you play as Nadine all throughout the game. Okay, so I've managed to stay hidden for so long. Not sure how long I can continue to do so. That's always the thing with Uncharted. Like, you want to, for as long as possible, in order to weaken the enemy force. But it's sort of unclear for how long you can keep that up. But there is a lot of soldiers here, and there's a bunch that I have actually... Oof. Gonna have to be really careful here.
Nothing here. You? Same, nothing. Okay, you go that way. I will look through. Sure. All right. Where are you?
Okay. Red Dead Redemption 2, I can completely agree on that. But that's also because Rockstar is so uniquely talented at creating open worlds that, you know, really speak... A bug there? Okay, there. Do you have to kill all of them? You really don't. I could go through this without killing a single one of them. All of these combat encounters are optional. That's very, very important to get right. So, as you can see already from the guys I've tagged here, there's actually 2 of them, at least, which I have not taken down. But I can continue I can go back and kill them.
Okay. Here goes nothing.
Okay. Quiet as a mouse. I'm not gonna check out the trophy. It's nice that I got them.
Little too noisy. Well,
Oh, it's because now I've warned the remainder of the soldiers because of the noise.
That's it. The site's clear.
Okay. It seems like that was all that I needed to do. That there is a... Or what? It seems like, you know, that it's putting a... She's putting a red cross... Joker, I will tell Peter. I will. Oh, you got the trophy for not being seen until you reach the door. Is this available on disc? I'm not sure. I think it's coming out physically, like at retail. I'm pretty sure. That's actually a really good question. I'm 90% sure that this is like bound for retail, that it's not just digital only. So the question is this it for the Trident sort of place of ruins? Oh, no. All right.
That's a good
Nadine,
sound.
Nadine,
One of the spokes on the wheel just turned around.
One of the spokes on the wheel just turned around. Okay, let's check this out.
The locks are retracting when I turn the wheels.
So then there's probably 5 in total.
4 to go then.
Alright, so maybe there is 4 more of these circles spread around this small area here. Yes, it's coming to retail, says, that's actually my colleague Stefan from Germany. Thank you so much, Stefan, for clearing that up. That's really nice. So yes, it is coming to retail. So if you're the kind of person who wants your games in physical form, then they're there for you, so that's great. Okay, let's further explore these ruins and see whether we can find these discs here. I'm sort of getting the sense that there might be not around here. But then again, they were... Ah, there's one.
That's 2.
Alright, this is where we started, so maybe... And there's a grenade. I always want grenades, so that's good. Maybe inside, like a place like this. No.
Hey, here's another.
Oh! You see, actually, that's a really good example. Nadine just got one herself. She found it herself, and she activated it herself, which is really nice. It feels like you are part of this sort of dynamic duo of characters instead of, you know, her just standing there waiting for some kind of interaction from me. That's actually really neat. I appreciate that a lot. But it's also they got, I think, pretty right with the Sully or Sam in Uncharted 4. So it's really just expanding upon that. I would presume... Oh, yes. I was right.
Found you. Only one left.
That is so cool. I love the way she speaks. Yeah. Actually, if you're wondering about sort of the accent of Nadine, that's because she's sort of a South African military expert, leader of her own private army. She is at least in Uncharted 4. It seems like, understanding from what Asaf said,
last but not least,
that she's been kicked out of the army.
Okay. Back to the big
of her own army, apparently, but, you know.
Big wheel thing?
Always wanted Chloe as a main character of someone like Rafe, but Nadine's cool. Yeah, I think Nadine is actually... She's also... she's a really enigmatic character in Uncharted 4, but it's really nice to see her explored more, because she's really cool when she's there in Uncharted 4. And really, like, a good sort of physical opponent for Nathan Drake.
Did it. So turn right out. Did. Oh, come on.
Looks like we're going under.
Rightio.
Okay, let's explore these ruins. Does this takes place after the events of Uncharted 4? Yeah, it does. Takes place after the events of Uncharted 4. But like whether or not it follows up on the events of what happened to Nathan Drake, no, not at all. This is completely separate in that regard.
Here we go. Well, looky here.
Okay.
What are you willing to bet?
Told you it's some kind of key.
Gold star for you.
A little puzzle,
what
but
it
not
does.
difficult at all. No, no, no. I'm also like.
What is it? Ancient Hoysala jigsaw puzzle?
Oh, so it's just, you know, changing in a dial.
Ah, of course. I'm making a trident.
Oh, I can see the edge there. Okay. There we are. Not.
It's Ganesh.
Hello, sir.
Now what?
Return
Now,
it.
I guess we turn this crank and see what happens next.
I'm also hoping
Think
for
it's safe?
something a bit more
You know
like
that
in Uncharted.
treasure hunting is
Oh,
not a good
I
gig
like
for
AI
most of us,
sidekicks that
right?
know what to do.
Now there's being
Nadine
mercenary.
kind of reminds me of Elizabeth in
Difference is when I pull
Bioshock.
the pin on
Actually takes
grenade,
part in the
I
combat
know
in some
what's
way.
going to happen
That
next.
is a really good point as well. Yeah, I just, you know, throughout the PS3, Xbox 360 era, I kind of got enough of all of these AI characters that just stood around doing nothing, and that is actually where, that is where Nadine and especially also Elizabeth comes in, that they partake in the narrative, and they are, like, worthwhile,
Look at that.
sort of comrades in battle, which I really like. We'll see how it turns out when,
Holy
you know,
hell.
when sort of the scale of the
It's a
enemies and the
massive
amount of
lake
them
carved
really
into the side of
sort of
that
are
mountain.
turned up over the course of the
You
game.
were
We'll see
worried.
how much
You're
Nadine
gonna
is worth
turn
there.
that crank and die.
Guess it's good I've got an archaeologist's daughter with me. It must have been fun growing up, eh?
It had its moments. I learned a lot.
This looks like a remix of
Voice
Assassin's
of our
Creed and
empire
Shadow
was
of Mordor. Yeah,
kind of his
guess that's
thing.
one way to put it. They are all third-person action games.
Took
Yeah.
up a lot of his time, though. Me, if I go digging for treasure, I better make a buck or two.
Oh, sure. I don't take big risks without a good payday.
I imagine so. Like running an army, huh? That's a big responsibility.
Second nature. It's my father's company. He retired, I took over.
Family business.
I think she's talking about the private army, which was
Made a real mess of it. What you should know? Heard you and those Drake brothers are close.
Yeah, well, it's a conversation for another time.
So, where to next?
There's the fort marked with an axe on the mountain there. And that fort marked with a bow in the lake bed.
What difficulty is this? I hear the story is only 10 hours. I might put it on hardest. Actually, though, this is... We can quickly check that out. I'm pretty sure I put it on moderate. Yeah. So, it's moderate, hard, or crushing. But you can also... below that, you can put it on light or explorer. Which I think explorer is basically like enemies do almost no damage at all. And you can just explore the game and experience it at your pace.
Sam less so. He seemed to just appear out of thin air.
So actually there they just mentioned Nathan and Sam Drake. Funny enough, I thought that they were not going to do that at all, but here they are. So she just admitted that she knows Nathan pretty well, and that Sam just appeared out of thin air, which I think, of course, is a was a reference to Sam only appearing in Uncharted 4, and not the other games. So. Because he was imprisoned. Spoiler alert, if you haven't played Uncharted 4.
Right. All right.
Right, let's get back.
Last one back to the car buys dinner.
I brought MREs.
You're no fun.
All right, we have...
Figures.
We shall see. Hello! Brothers, where are you? You see?
Holy crap.
Do a sweep. Ross and Fraser might still be here.
Show yourself! We know you're here!
106.
All right, it should actually be pretty easy going past these guys. Maybe. Because most of them are actually continuing to patrol. Let's see if I can't climb this. Get over.
Hang on.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Yeah, and I'm gone. Blind enemies confirmed. Well, yeah. Always stretch before rigorous exercise, yeah. Alright, so I was completely destroyed there. Also because of I think an introduction to one of the tougher enemies that requires a bit of work.
Incoming reinforcements. Figures.
Okay, maybe stay a bit back. Rip, yeah, I got destroyed. On the grid. Thank you. Okay, let's see whether or not we can catch these guys at a better time. Down you go. I should actually take these guys down before I continue on. It's probably the safer bet. Okay. All the trophies today. I'd imagine enemies not so blind on crushing. Well, yeah, well, there is some pretty sort of hardcore distinctions between, you know, if you're in the tall grass and they cannot see you, if you're not in the tall grass then they can. So, yeah, I suppose if you want, like, I'm pretty sure that in crushing, all it turns in the enemies is like bullet sponges. They just have more HP. It's harder taking them down, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's also more difficult not getting spotted. So, but actually for suppressors, usually in the Uncharted series, they're actually not too good about that. Because it's usually in like very designed sequences where you get suppressed weapons, and I would actually want there to be more of them. We'll see when we get there. I haven't seen one yet, but I'll be sure to yell loud once I do catch one. Right now, I think I have, yeah, a Para 45, which is a pretty standard sidearm. You probably electric cones of view, probably, yeah. Weirdly enough, it seems that because these enemies sort of spawned in afterwards, they have really stupid patrol patterns in that they just rarely even move. See, this guy moves. Well, like in really weird sort of cones of movement. See how he was a bit harder to shake off, but I managed to get it done. This guy moves, which is nice. I think I want to get out of this without combat, like direct combat. So I'm just gonna take this guy out, and we're gonna leave. If I can have my way. And that is the way in, so that is the way we're going. The combat in UC really feels satisfying, but it's of course really simple. It is really simple, I agree. Just the prettiest guys that you've ever seen. Ouch. So this is back to the car.
Holy dooly, that was a little hairy. You handled yourself on.
Alright, so
all things considered. That's high praise.
That's the car? Well, I don't remember parking it there. But sure, let's get back there.
Sir, mountains and lake bed.
Yes and yes.
Alright, let's drive down the waterfall. Not over like the big cliff. Because I'm pretty sure
hey,
the car.
Just so you know,
let's try.
Nathan Drake is no longer in the picture. Don't worry about it.
I had my concerns.
Now she's talking about
Why
Nathan
do you
Drake
accept my
again?
offer?
I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. Especially with everyone wanting
Is this
to see
on
me fall.
PC? It is not,
I
but
hear
you
that.
could stream
But
it
on the
from your
plus
PlayStation.
side,
Oh,
Funny
there's
they
a
didn't
plus sign?
push
Oh, when people have low
the
expectations,
car. Yeah, that's
it's
true. Don't
much
own a
easier
console,
to
rip
take
me.
them by
They moved your
surprise.
car for you. How kind.
As
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned,
apparently,
this business is tough enough
Games
on
sort
your
of
own.
forgot
You
where I
have to
put
take
my
any
car.
advantage you
But,
can.
you know, they parked it for me. I was able to drive out of there. I'm pretty pleased with the results. Like, okay, so let's go over to the bow, which is pretty straight this way.
You always worked alone? Mostly. How old were you when you started? Young. Learned quickly enough I needed to let people think they were getting their way, and then I could get the upper hand. Too subtle for me. I always preferred the direct approach. Yeah, whatever works, I say.
Damn, I want that Jeep that drives down waterfalls. It's a pretty cool Jeep that drives down waterfalls. Overall, I'm really pleased with it. So I think we should go up here. This is actually, I think, the way I came in, but it's a pretty good road towards the place we're going. Like this, because that's the tip of the tower right there. Okay. Look at that vista. That's pretty beautiful. But this also, oh, looks like a combat scenario.
Careful.
Okay.
That place is crawling with rebels.
All right, let's not risk stuff. Let's move in like this. There's some tall grass. Okay.
See what's inside for ourselves.
Right.
The sub-expert demanded that the sites be unspoiled.
Always telling us what we should and shouldn't do. I am tired of picking through the scraps.
Justice requires patience, brother. Has the boss checked in yet?
He will get. We have company.
Yeah, if you guys were wondering, I'm trying a little more direct approach now to
Negative.
up the ante a bit.
Hey, over here! Ah!
Which might turn out to be a mistake. I think he just blew himself up.
Yeah. All right, in the clear.
Let's have a look.
Oh, how do you have Lost Legacy 2 days early at Gamereactor? Well, this is the review version, actually. We received the game early from Sony by review, for review, that is, and now we're allowed to stream it 2 days ahead of release, which is really nice. We were kindly asked not to because of the narrative nature of the game, but we figured that we wouldn't want to spoil you guys for it anyway, so here we are, playing it. Isn't this kind of an old game now, Sandig says? No, actually, this is brand new. Well, I suppose, in terms of that it's built with the same technology and by the same studio as
Found
Uncharted
another one of
4.
those statues.
Like, as an standalone expansion pack, in that regard, yes, then it's over a year old, because that's Uncharted 4 came out last May. Oh, so yeah, we're going to that tower over there. We took down this little place beforehand. I figured we should go back and get the car. Oh, yes.
Magnus,
Yes.
don't forget to say hi to all the people on YouTube.
I'm not tracking the YouTube chat.
Okay, then it's hard.
I'm sorry. I actually am tracking the Twitch chat right now. It's been a long time since I've actually streamed. I was not told. But for the last 20 minutes, if a window can be opened, then surely we can say hi to all the good folks over there on the YouTubes. I'm subscribed, so it's actually over there in the corner. The little bell. Okay. Let's get back in the car and get over there. Maybe I am lucky enough that I have taken down all the enemy encampments. What is this?
I'll be right back.
Thank you. It comes out. I mean, where are you from? Oh, there's a lot of people here. Hello. The Queen is back. 01 says, "Where are you from?" I'm from Denmark. I hope I answered that question before. Hopefully. The little bale. Wait, you were asked not to stream it? No. In the embargo details, it says that they refrain us from showing too much of the campaign, as it might spoil it from people. But you know, we just ignore that a little bit. Thanks, Gamereactor. I just need to wait for 2 more days. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. But you know, maybe you can use this time to figure out whether you want to spend money on the game and whether it's for you. If it is, then you know. Okay, so where exactly are we going to get access? Maybe I can climb the bridge here.
Sit tight. Sure, go ahead.
I'm not sure I can reach that. I can't. I think we're going to have to find an overpass here through the bridge.
Let's go.
Okay. So I'm going to go around and see if I can get up the bridge this way. And get over to the tower here. Okay. Okay, there's another...
Sov's men might be around.
They really are around. I'm pretty sure they are. But first, I'm gonna lockpick this to see if there's a cool weapon here. Because the last time I found this P90, which was pretty cool. Okay. I just joined the stream. Hello, welcome. Yeah, I already own Uncharted 4, so I already got Lost Legacy for free. I was just curious why people had it already. Yeah, I can understand that. Arrowhead A3C. Yeah, sure. Love the grass. It looks so soft. It looks very soft.
Look up there.
And there's the arrow sign. The second tower we're going to.
Tower too.
So, Parashurama.
Parashurama.
How long are you in the game? Alfred Rager asks.
Okay.
About an hour and a half or so.
Vishnu.
And yes, the game is very fun. I'd say that it is.
Trained in the martial arts by Shiva himself, but only after conquering the whole world to convince him of his worthiness.
Ain't you answering in Danish? Well, as this is an international stream, I would like to refrain from using a language that excludes everyone else, but not to be rude or anything. Okay, let's grab the winch, which has suddenly changed color to black. Pretty sure it was white before. Maybe it was the mud we drove through. And there it's changed to white. That's good. Small glitch in the Matrix. No problem, I just wanted to feel some Danishness on the stream. Well, I am Danish. That is... I cannot run from my nationality. And this stream is coming from Denmark. Well, thank you. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Collapse, DK. Tactical, hey.
Okay.
Let's go. Yes! There we go. We're through on the
What do you suppose this place
second of the 3 temples we're supposed to...
Not the right layout for a temple.
Alright, let's see. Whether we run into more of Asav's men.
Up. We go up.
And a bit more of the climbing. Oh, one factor that I'm pretty disappointed in is that I just don't feel like... Oh shit. I didn't get... Come on, you bitch. Very close there, but I think I got him.
We're clear.
Probably alerted the others.
Can't be helped.
Wait, this game isn't out on PC? No, it's not coming to PC. This is strictly for PlayStation 4 users. I played on Uncharted 4. That's the first ever game I played on PlayStation 4. Wow, that's a good game to start with. I can hear Nadine climbing. Oh! Oof!
Here come the others.
A lot of mountain combat here. I'm gonna go around here, see if I can't get up and get the jump on him. Come on, Nadine. Oh!
Okay. We're all clear.
Won't be the last of them.
What the fuck was that camera
There was a big
angle?
truck
Yeah,
parked out
I want a
front.
PS4 and a gamer PC,
We'll
but
keep
never
our
tried
eyes
any
open.
Uncharted. Well,
We'd better.
I really think you should. Like, across from the
do
Nathan
have a
Drake
sense of
trilogy on PS4 and Uncharted 4 and now this, there's a lot of good content out of there. You were making a
much
point
we can
about
do,
something before we
besides
got
doesn't
shot
matter
at,
who
something you
starts,
didn't like.
only who
Oh, that's actually true. Thank you so much for reminding me. Well, actually, I just...
Know what they're looking for?
I love this open world, or like slightly less linear approach with where there's room for more exploration. I just feel like that one thing that I haven't seen almost at all in these almost 2 hours of gameplay is that there's no like real puzzles or anything that really challenges me to. For instance, if you remember Uncharted games of old, you were constantly told, or at least
See that?
it was heavily suggested that you use the
Find a way up.
Nathan Drake's notebook to look for historical clues or observations about certain statues or something. I just feel like it's missing here, and of course it might, you know, come around in a couple of hours' time. The campaign is said to be, I think, something along the lines of 8 to 10 hours long. It's a shame that it's not here already. Like, you know, good, solid puzzle design that, you know, enforces the idea that I'm heading into this lost civilization. So that's something I think it's a shame that it's not here already. You know, it might get here. You know, there's a lot of climbing, which I like. There's combat, there's exploration, there's moving with the vehicle, which is nice. Wait, this is not Thieves' End, is it? Says Hank Q. No, this is Uncharted The Lost Legacy. It's a standalone expansion to Uncharted 4. So it uses the same technology, but it's an entirely new narrative based on the adventures of Nadine and Chloe, two characters that we know already from the series, but it's the first time they actually get some, you know, a game like this of their own.
Friends up ahead.
I absolutely love the painting segment in Uncharted 4, but so far it's just been find some buttons and shoot some dudes. Yeah, it is thoroughly right now. Like, let's say that it's 8 hours long, for instance, just as a sort of a template. If I'm a fifth of the way through, or even a fourth of the way through, I just feel like I should have been, you know, there should have been at least a couple of good puzzles by now. But yeah, Collapse DK, if you haven't, you should try Uncharted 4. I know that there's a lot of like divided opinions on that one, but it is thoroughly a amazing gaming experience from start to finish. It truly is. See, I wanna get over there and take out these guys, but I just feel like oh!
Something over there.
Oh! I got through! And Nadine, by the way, just, you know, they don't see her at all, so she just got over. Okay.
What did you find?
We're all clear.
We're all clear, apparently, which is nice. Looking straight down in the grass, even from like a vantage point. But now, for their puny mistakes, I am punishing them.
What the?
Guy down over here.
I think they might have discovered that there's a body. Okay, I'm gonna try this.
something maybe.
They covered you.
One thing that I will say about my own
Watch yourself. Another guy.
is that I'm going through guys left and right here.
Hear me?
Ah, shit! They've made it! You got him!
Can you customize Chloe later on?
Are we clear?
No, I actually don't
Clear.
think we can.
Good.
And I took them all out,
Let's
so
be
that's
clear.
pretty nice.
Let's
Good to be
press on.
clear.
Just what I was gonna say.
Oi! Ugh. It's always a bit nerve-wracking to,
Our spigot is right on the other side of this gate. We need to get this gate open.
Right, so...
I'll head back to the crank.
How are we supposed to get to... I'll head back to the crank. Is there a crank that I missed earlier on? Maybe there is. What the fuck? True assassin. Yeah, I did very well in the beginning, and then it kind of, you know, spiraled out of control. But I'm pretty satisfied. How about in multiplayer then? Can you customize? Yes. In multiplayer, there's a lot. There's so many customization options for your character, and you know you can choose power-ups and all manner of various things to customize your gameplay experience. Multiplayer is a lot more silly than the very sort of serious nature of the single-player campaign. So you should find a lot of more sort of entertainment and, you know, fun in the multiplayer. It's really good. It's the same that it was in Uncharted 4, and it's really good. Gameplay looks so real. Yeah, I agree. It looks really good and quite realistic, yeah. You know, with a... Oh! Holy moly.
Well, you made it across at least. Sorry.
Oi! I fell down, but magically I got a hold of...
Beg your pardon?
She just crawled through his crotch.
Fine. Just don't get started
Nice.
without me.
I've never said that before. Gamereactor, do you think Claudia Black... I suppose you mean Chloe, yeah. Chloe was a good choice... Oh, Knight! I'm sorry, I corrected you. Do you think Claudia Black was a good choice for Chloe's voice acting? It's very British and strong. At least, well, you know, for the performance itself, it's really good. I've always like admired all the entirety of the voice actors
like
associated with
I'd say this looks safe
with the Uncharted series in general is very strong, and they all deliver very captivating performances. I think what speaks so
Nearly there.
what speaks so strongly for Chloe as a character is that her voice is so intentionally recognizable. Much more so actually than any other of the female characters in the Uncharted verse. You recognize immediately that it's her, which I think is... She's much more recognizable vocally than she is visually, I think. So yes, I feel like that's a very strong choice. And it's also really funny to see her as a...
I'm guessing it'll be a bow this time.
As a, you know, a very British and strong character. Like, if you compare it, for instance, to Nadine's very sort of South African feel, they're really good opposite each other because they're so different. I dig it. I dig it.
Oh,
As I said, I have so far I have a few small issues with Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, but I would say that the voice acting is certainly not one of them. So I suppose it's this. Oh, I have to do the small one first. Obviously. This is stupid. Is it just me? I just completely fell off the reins with this now. And now I'm moving the entire figure. I might be dumb. I hope I'm not. Maybe it's because I have to, like, completely opposite of it and then turn it the right way. I think I was almost right on the money. I'm not smart. I never claimed to be. Yeah, I agree. Just every time I hear her voice, I'm looking around and like Stargate. Oh, I don't quite recall. Oh, I think we're on it right now. Yeah, there we are. Is this game better than Uncharted? If you feel like if you're saying Uncharted 4, then I don't think so. No.
What's to say it's
but
different
to me,
time?
Uncharted 4 is pretty perfect.
Fire.
Whether it's better than some Uncharted's, I don't know yet. I wasn't too keen on the first one. I just felt like it was a bit messy, and I don't know about you, but it just, you know, it was a game that was very much like for Naughty Dog. It was in its infancy. They hadn't worked that design long enough to really do it justice, which I feel like they came and did in Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Another waterfall.
So at least for now, it is better than Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune.
Also, I went to an absurd.
I don't know about you guys, but I did not like having to throw grenades with like moving the controller. I don't like having the motion control thing. Never make me do it.
Trophy for the Persians.
I'm pretty sure you could actually turn it off, but I remember like the first demo when I tried that game. I was like, "This is not happening.
What?
You're not doing this."
Your dad was after the tusk?
Oh, my dad was obsessed with it. He spent every day and night researching it. All our money wasted on fruitless expeditions.
Can you please stream Water Bears soon? I don't know what this is. My favorite is Uncharted 2. I have so many fond memories of that game. Yeah, but that was also like a classic of its time. It came out at a time where people were like really finding out that Naughty Dog and Uncharted was something really, really special. And it's still a very special game. I can understand why you would choose Uncharted 2 as your favorite.
Here I stand on the outskirts of Halibadu. That's pretty funny. Last stop. The fort embedded in that mountain. That'll be the one with the axe.
What is the stuff coming? There's snow there.
At least your accent
you see
makes
that?
sense now. Yeah. Fraser's not exactly an Indian surname either.
It was my mum's.
Alright, I'm pretty sure going back that we're gonna fight some dudes.
Sounds good.
I wonder. Nope, I was wrong. Okay. Maybe water. Uncharted is not good. Xbox is better. That sentence makes absolutely no sense. You're comparing a platform and a game? Then give us an Xbox exclusive game or just any game that you feel is better. Then I think that sentence makes a lot more sense. I prefer Uncharted 4. Well, I think that's understandable as well. Oh, I accidentally fell down. Okay, good. We'll take 2 deaths in a row here. Gears of War is not good. PS4 is better. I suppose you're going down to that level of discussing it. Yeah, sure.
Ah, this is open now.
I suppose if you wanted, like, I don't know if there's a comparable, I guess Gears of War is the closest you can get to it. Or like something like Quantum Break if you want something that's like action heavy, third person. Maybe Gears of War, but it's different. Alright, going back to the car. PC Master
Down by
Race.
the mountain there.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't think anyone is disputing that that is the most powerful platform, but you won't get to play this, so I don't know how good it is saying PC Master Race in a stream about a game which is a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
Makes more sense why I solved after the task now.
Gears of War is the only Xbox exclusive that's actually good. But you don't like Halo? Halo, like, you might not like all the Halo games, but some of them are really good. Really good. Alan Wake is really good. That's also a PlayStation exclusive.
Everyone's wanted to lay claim.
Sunset Overdrive is a PlayStation exclusive. That's really good as well. Man, you should go back and redo the homework. There's a lot of good Xbox exclusive games.
was my concern for a time.
Okay, let's check the map here for a while.
But you did it for the cash. Usually. What about when you worked for a Saab?
Yeah, thank you, Coffee Squirrel. I hope my reaction
Why do it then?
lived up to your
Needed to
expectations.
establish my rep, eh? Figured I'd stop.
Sunset Overdrive is
No way to go but up
Xbox.
after that.
Alright. Yeah, Players Unknown Battlegrounds will be, at least for a time, become an Xbox console exclusive, yeah, as it launches on the preview program later this year. So, in a way, that is completely true.
Beautiful out here. This your first visit to India? Yeah. Not a lot of perks in this.
Alan Wake's an exclusive? Well, yeah, it's a console exclusive at
Where
least,
have you
yeah.
been?
And Alan Wake was
where
really
haven't I
nice.
been?
Alan Wake was published by Microsoft, I'm pretty sure, and never
Really?
came to PlayStation 4,
Yeah, well, the stuff I'm
PlayStation
looking
3.
for is usually old,
Never
right?
did.
The US was only
Neither
founded a
did
couple hundred
Alan
years
Wake's
ago.
American Nightmare, the sort of
What about you?
Xbox
Where do you
Live
want to
sequel
go?
that was launched a couple of years after.
Nice
Then it's a
choice.
very nice game as well.
Beautiful there. Well, it's quiet, unspoiled. And I want to see those
Check the
northern
map
lights.
here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's on the bucket list too. You should go when we're done here. Someday. Have other things to attend to first.
So here we are. I'm pretty sure this is actually completely optional. Oh wait, you're comparing just the PS4 and the Xbone. Oh yeah, I'm talking about console exclusives. They didn't come to other consoles.
You got that right.
The only reason I want an
closer look?
Xbox is Halo. So Halo 5 is infuriatingly bad. My hopes are up for Halo 6. I was actually one of those that just really liked Halo 5. It's not a perfect game for sure, but I liked the campaign despite the fact that I wanted to be Chief a bit more. Sure. And then I think that the multiplayer, they really nailed the multiplayer with the larger scale battles and stuff. So yeah, I actually quite liked it. Yeah. And then for this year, they're getting Cuphead, for instance, which I am. Man, am I looking forward to Cuphead. That game is going to be insane. I've tried it a couple times at different trade shows, and it seems and plays awesome. And that they're going to get that. They're going to get Below as well, which looks really good. So sad that Crackdown 3 was delayed. That game would have helped in the busy fall season, but we'll see. Maybe it turns out really well early next year. And actually, though, on that note, we are coming to an end on the stream because it is now 6 o'clock local time here in Denmark, and that marks the end of the stream. Thank you so much if you have been amongst the people asking questions, keeping the conversation going on Twitch, also on YouTube. It's been a blast coming back to stream. It's been a while since I've done it. So thank you, all of you, for keeping me company and watching the stream today. Later this week, we have the Call of Duty World War II beta. There's some Guardians of the Galaxy. We're streaming episode 2 and 3. So there's a lot of good stuff coming. And if you're interested in Gamescom at all, we have a huge team on the show floor in Cologne, Germany. So there's going to be a lot of previews, a lot of news, a lot of trailers coming out of that show. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. I am Magnus, and you're watching Gamereactor. Bye.